Hey everyone, Jason Weckerle here. In today's video, we're here at Cave of the Mounds here in southern Wisconsin. My wife and I are about to explore this cave. After we explore Cave of the Mounds, we're going to end up in Madison, Wisconsin chasing bluegills and crappies. Stay tuned and we'll see if we can catch some fish, and if not, enjoy the tour of Cave of the Mounds. So are you ready to tour this cave, birthday girl?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think
All
it's gonna be
right.
really cool.
Let's do this. Find anything you like?
A lot of things.
A lot of things?
Yeah.
Here's where we'll be fishing today, out in Madison. Later today in this video, we got Lake Monona, Weckerle, Mendota. Then you have Wabisa, Kegonsa, but it's a chain of lakes. And we got some big bluegills biting in the backwaters. Any area that warms up early in the spring can be good, so find those backwater areas and you'll find the panfish. All right, Michelle, what are we doing?
I'm just looking at the map to get a feel for the grounds. Looks like the entrance is down here, but they have all these other loops you can do before your tour.
So we're just gonna look around before the tour. We got about a half hour to blow, but this is a pretty big complex outside and underground that you get to tour here at Cave of the Mounds. So we're gonna look around outside for now, and then we're gonna go underground into the caves. All right, well, I'm gonna tell you guys a little history about Cave of the Mounds. This place was discovered back in 1939 when miners were mining for gems and precious metals. I guess they busted through a cavern of caves that was so big, about 50 to 100 feet underground. It was so big they couldn't believe their eyes. I've been hearing about this place my entire life. I've never visited this place before. We're just gonna look around outside right now for a bit before the tour starts. But you can tour this place outside and underground, which is really cool. And I've seen videos, I've seen pictures of this place. It looked absolutely amazing. So stay tuned and we'll take you guys on a tour.
So with our purchase today, we got a free little mining kit. You're just supposed to shake it out over the water and find your treasures. So we'll see what we get.
So we're gonna pan for some fossils and jewels.
Pretty much.
Hopefully we find some gold. They got this little concoction here, this mining concoction, and we're gonna see if we find any treasure today. I guess this is a lot of the stuff they find here in Cave of the Mounds. This is trilobite fossils and all sorts of different mastodon teeth, shark teeth, stuff from the Ice Age. The Ice Age formed this place thousands of years ago. And, well, this is a lot of different stuff they find out here. Very cool. A lot of limestone, red granite, emerald, ruby. Let's do this, Michelle.
Yep.
Hopefully on your birthday you find something good.
Yeah, I hope so, right?
All right, so you just take it and you dump it out, I think?
So, into this, yeah.
All right, so what's the direction say? Durr. All right, now that we figured out what to do here, Michelle's gonna pour this in to this screen here. Oh, what is that?
I don't know, we got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's amethyst.
That's really cool. Oh, a little
Snail shell
fossilized
guy.
shell.
Ooh, look at this one. I don't know what that is, but...
That is called fool's gold. Man, if that was a nugget of gold, that would be awesome. What else are you finding here? That looks like some sort of shark tooth, I think.
Oh, here's another one.
For a musky tooth.
Right?
Northern pike tooth. Here,
Little quartz.
I'll hold on to them for you while you sift.
Another quartz, I think.
Look at that little shark tooth.
Oh, this one's like... Look at the color of this one.
Oh, yeah. Man, this is a lot of stuff.
I know. Ooh, look at this little guy.
That is really cool. This is cool.
Yeah.
We're acting like we just blasted into the earth ourselves and found all this. They just gave us a bag of sand. But hey, this is some cool stuff. So if you guys ever come here, get yourself one of these bags of sand. Don't want to dump it out. All right, I'm gonna give this a shot. The luck of well, I have no luck at all, so I'll probably find a bunch of fool's gold. So there we go. All right, got a piece of quartz. That is some nice quartz.
That's really nice.
Really amber colored. I think this is amethyst.
Yep.
Really cool they let you do this. Really,
it's fun.
really interactive and hands-on. Some fool's gold. Told you guys. Fool's gold, fool's gold, and fool's gold. This stuff tricked many people. Many people died over fool's gold. Murdered each other. Got a shark tooth.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's awesome. How much did we get here?
A lot.
Try not to drop it in the water. Get it washed away.
No.
Oh, wow. That is a cool
That's a really good one.
piece of quartz though. Look at that. Very cool. That was really fun.
Yeah, I like that.
I could do that all day.
Right.
I might have to become a miner. So I was just walking along looking in every tray, and look at what I found here, folks. This is cool. What the heck is that? It's one of the coolest rocks I've ever seen. Oh man, that's got to be fake. Look at this, Michelle.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yep.
I think that's real. We have to look at the sign.
I gotta look in all of these. Looking for treasure. Can't believe someone left that one behind. Oh, look at that one. Finders keepers. And yeah.
Oh my gosh, how did people leave all that?
Yep, left a shark tooth, piece of amethyst, and whatever the heck that blue rock is, that
That's
blue and
really
green
cool.
rock. That's awesome. Under the sea, under the sea. So the cave that we're about to enter is actually right in the side of this hill and underground. And I believe it stretches out over this entire complex here, if I'm not mistaken, but this is where the miners were mining when they discovered the caves. Oh, that's when they blasted through the cave.
Yep.
That's the one you picked. So she picked that one right there. August 4th, 1939, it was discovered. Awesome.
We're going to go back to August 4th, 1939. It was a warm summer day, and they had 3 workers come out here. They were just doing routine quarry blasting, and in case you don't know what that means, they would literally drill holes into the rocks, put a bunch of black powder, blow up the rocks. And they were just using that for roads and buildings when all the rocks got smaller. However, on that day when the dust settled, they saw this big hole. Now, if you want a better look at the hole, just look above your head. There it is, we just built the gift shop on top of it. You can see from that end all the way down here is the big hole they blasted into the cave. Now, back then they still didn't know it was a cave, right? They just saw this big hole, and they thought, well, let's go in it. Sure, that doesn't sound scary at all. Just dark hole in the rock. But yeah, that's what they did. They started throwing ropes down in it 3 hours later. And we're literally standing at the spot they would have come like scaling down. And this is what they saw. Okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine? But they looked out into that in complete amazement that they just discovered a cave. So yeah, that's the story. They found this cave by mistake.
Unreal.
Yeah. The reason why this was a closed cave system, so there's no other natural entry points to this cave. So that's why they didn't find any bears or bats or snakes. Nothing could get in and out of this cave. So before that day on August 4th, 1939, this cave had never seen the light of day. So it makes this cave kind of special. People ask all the time, no bats, no bears, no snakes, nothing like that. As we walk through, look up for the stalactites. Those are the ones that hang tight to the ceiling, stalactites. Then we have the stalagmites that might reach. And then one day, or someday, they can grow so much that they actually make a completion, and they call those columns or pillars. And we're gonna see that as well. So this is actually the other side of an inactive sinkhole. So if you ever wanted to know what they look like, I'm sure you're all dying to know. Yep, this is the other side. So in order for the earth to sink in, it has to be because there's a cave there, right? Or it's hollow in some way. However, these are inactive sinkholes. I like to say that while we're down here. These are inactive sinkholes. The other interesting about this area is all these rocks stacked up. Right up here is the beginning of a tunnel. Back in the 70s, they started digging out that tunnel in hopes to find more cave. So they pulled out these rocks and stacked them up. They got back about 80 feet, but it started collapsing in on them. So then they just abandoned the project. And so this is what was left behind. And I call it a fruitless effort because nothing came of it except what we see here today. This is called a cephalopod. And again, they had these big shells on their head. And this is the part that got fossilized, like this shape, this cone shape. I want you to look for it up on the ceiling. See if you can find it. We did shine a light on it to help you. And it looks like a little bump up there with the bridges. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we have to go back 400 million years ago when this creature was alive and well. This was during the Ordovician period. And this would have been way before the dinosaurs. This whole area was under a shallow sea. And this is one of the sea creatures. Here it is.
It's amazing.
Here's the pointy tip. That's the rest of the shell. Head would have been here, tentacles would have shot out that way. So that is our biggest and oldest fossil we found in the cave. Yeah, the ancient cephalopod. All this water rushed through and literally carved out this path. We're going to be doing all this twisting and turning. And so they called that mechanical weathering. So downstairs is mechanical weathering. Up here, see this big crack here? So this right here is the first part of a cave forming. Some people call it the lifeline to a cave, a backbone, but if you study earth science, they call these fissure lines. That's why you can all see all those little babies right along the line. So all of this happens from drip, drip, drip. So they call this chemical weathering, and downstairs is mechanical. So I only point that out just because it's going to look a lot different down here, and we get to the deepest point. We're going to get down to 70 feet underground.
to the ceiling.
Yep, don't hit your head. Just keeps going down and down and getting more and more narrow. This is crazy. This, wow. Hope I don't get stuck in here. You guys will have to come feed me and give me water and clean me up. Now we're going up. Is this the right way?
Yeah.
You sure this is the right way?
Yeah, welcome to the North Cave. Look how much bigger this room is compared to where we were. I wanted everyone to come over in this area so you can see all the way to this corner. There's a lot happening here. It's a pretty cool area, yeah. This is a great example of what we call flowstone. So it looks like cascading water, or sometimes I imagine a really fun slide, except that part. This is again flowstone. So this is all the main mineral in the cave, right? So when the water comes in, it leaves behind little traces of minerals. And this is the main one, which is calcite. And calcite's just made up of oxygen, calcium, and carbon. Such things we're somewhat familiar with. But it can build up in different places, different colors even, different shades, because that's calcite, but that's also calcite. We'll call it ribbon. You get like a ribbon. There's also down here. Just like when you're looking above ground and you can see different shapes in the clouds, right? It goes all the way back. No, it's not a fossil. And yes, I've been asked. So I want to go back to these big cracks in the ceiling. Anybody remember what I called them?
Fissures.
Oh, you remember the scientific name. That's a bonus point. Yeah, fissure lines. So the thing about fissures is not only is it the first part of caves forming, there's only one fissure per cave system. So the whole cave runs along one fissure. Okay, so one cave, one fissure. Now look back over here. There's the big hole they blasted into the cave. Here's the continuation of that first fissure line. So watch how this one goes. It runs into this one. They're not connected. So two fissures means
Two caves.
two caves. These were separate cave systems at one point. So when we go up those steps, we're going to go into a different cave. So however you want to look at it, either begins or ends over in this corner. And now we're going to start following a second fissure line.
So this is the second cave.
Yeah, so welcome to the painted waterfall and our reflecting pool. Here at the waterfall, we you get to see all three of our minerals. So this bluish gray, this one's manganese. And then our final one, this reddish brown, is iron oxide, or as we commonly know it as rust. Yeah. So those are the three minerals we have in the cave. And then of course the rock here, which is limestone. This is also the other side of an inactive sinkhole. And we have these big domes in the ceiling. This is from sulfuric acid. And we also get to see cave coral. Right, this is just an extension of the limestone. But this part was just submerged under that really acidic water, so it just changes the way it looks. So you can see that water, or the line running across the top. That's the original water line. So we know this was just submerged underwater. So it's not like the real coral, but they think it looks like coral, and we're in a cave, so cave coral. So when I shine my light on the water, you're going to see these tiny white specks. They're called spring tails. You guys can see them. Oh, there's a lot right here. I'm going to keep my light moving because I don't like the light. I'm just going to keep... Oh, there's some more. Are you guys seeing those? Mm-hmm. Just those tiny, tiny white specks. Yeah, scientists came in here at one point and identified these. At first, they just thought it was like, I don't know, lint or dust or something, but we said, no, this is a living creature. They think they got in through water droplets, and then they have been able to adapt to these conditions. Because usually they're in the soil and they, have color and they can see. But when they got into here, I don't know how long it would have taken them to adapt because they went completely blind and they went albino. They eat the bacteria in the water and they just procreate in calves. They don't live very long. Yeah, make sure to look back. This is one of my favorites. You see a lot more stalactites in this part of the table. All right, so we've made it into what they call the cathedral room. The owner of the property, it would have been his great niece. She wrote in her diary that this room reminded her of a cathedral. She thought this looked like windpipes or like a pipe organ. You guys, you know what I mean? Right here. Then in the 70s, a couple tour guides got married down here. This is a big cluster of stalactites that we think were hanging tight right here. You see, it's almost the same size, right? When all that water rushed through, it not only knocked it off, then it got flipped over and landed here. Well, what happened next is what makes this so special. This is a stalagmite. So you have a stalagmite on top of stalactites? Like what? Mind blown, anyone? Yeah. Okay, cave enthusiasts get super excited about this. I'm trying to let you know how cool this is. So we named it Polly the parrot. See the wings and the tail? And what's cool about Polly, not only is it a stalagmite on top of stalactites, but they know the growth rate, which I don't think I've shared that yet. So this is 1 inch. I measured on my fingers just to show you what 1 inch looks like. 250 years for 1 inch of growth. 250 years. So when they measured Polly is about 10,000 years old.
Oh my
So that would align with the story of the glacier water, right? All that water rushed through, knocked even all of this. We call this the boneyard. Looks like a bunch of broken bones. Yeah. And then this is the nursery, because these are all the new babies coming back. So I often wonder, like, what happened here? Like, where did this big chunk go, if this is all new growth? Yeah, so this is a very, big clue to what happened here, but we're still not 100% sure.
So this cave keeps getting tighter and tighter and more narrow. So if you're a heavy enough person or you're claustrophobic, you might not fare too well in this. Crota. Wow, this is a really tight squeeze. Again, if you're claustrophobic or too heavy, I'm barely fitting through here, so.
Okay, so next we're going to head into the tunnel. We are leaving the cave and heading into the tunnel. So they literally carved out windows that we're looking into the cave now. So please everybody take turns and look at both sides. It's really worth it to look closely. It's so neat. Used to literally hand carve, just like picked away until they created tunnels. And wait till you see the rest of them. These tunnels are huge. But they literally did it for our viewing pleasure. I mean, there was no other reason to do these tunnels, right? Just so we could see the rest of the cave. So please make sure you look at both sides. All right, so I hope everybody heard and understands we're in a tunnel, right? We're not in a cave anymore.
So this is a man-made.
Correct, yes, and you can see all the splash
Right.
marks from their tools. So as they've tunneled around this corner, surprise! They found another cave. This does have its own fissure line, so this is a separate cave system. So it's in fact the third one we saw today. And so now we're gonna do a light and dark show. 3, 2, 1. All right, so they installed some UV, ultraviolet, black light. Those are some of the names they call this different spectrum of light. Some of you guys are, I'm sure, familiar with it. Don't take it to a hotel room. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe you want to, maybe you don't. I don't want to know. But yeah, so black light shows things that we can't see with our eyes, right? So they're a different spectrum of light. Most of us see the colors of the rainbow, but then there is a violet that's so ultra, they call it ultraviolet. And when you shine it on calcite, this is what happens. It makes it glow, or they say fluoresce. Right now, the light is exciting those electrons in there, and they get at such an excited state that they send back this glow, and that's what we see with our eyes. However, when I turn off these lights, it's going to continue to glow. Now that's called phosphorescence. They gave it a different name. This is regular fluorescing. When I turn off the lights and you see this little flash, it doesn't last very long and it's not very bright.
Well, this concludes our tour of the cave. So now we're gonna look around the outside of this cave, and well, afterwards we're gonna get out fishing in Madison. So this is the arm bone of a giant sloth, and they let you touch it. So stick your hand in here, you can pick it up. It's actually more lightweight than you think. Looks like it'd be a heavy rock or something, but I mean, it's got some mass to it. This is a creature that was around during the prehistoric ages, the Ice Age. It's just crazy. So I guess along the side of this barn, embedded in this rock, you can actually find fossils. And this is actually one of them right here. Can't say I've ever seen a barn with fossils on the side of it before, so that's awesome. I'm just looking around for more. Wonder if there's any trilobites on the side of this rock. Here's some information if you guys want to stop and pause and read. These are some of the fossils right here that you can see. Here's the one I just showed you. As a cephalopod.
One right here.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty crazy. All right, everyone, now the tour is over. We just finished looking around this place. It's really beautiful out here. I highly recommend coming to Cave of the Mounds if you've never done this already. This is a really cool place. But we're gonna get out and try to catch some panfish in Madison now, so stay tuned. All right, guys, really quick. My wife and I just stopped here at this Chinese restaurant here in Madison, Wisconsin. It's called Nani Restaurant, and it is by far the best Chinese food I've had in a number of years. So if you guys are looking for really good Chinese food in the Madison area, check out Nani Restaurant. Let's get out and catch some panfish finally. Start out throwing a little beetle spin, see if this gets hit. My wife's gonna try some night crawlers. I finally made it to the spot. I might want to go with a brighter color. It's a little murky. I wonder if I should just throw on like a Kitech. I'll try one more color. Oh, there you go. Oh, I just got hit too. Oh, sorry about that. That was a good hit. Getting hit on the beetle spin. Thought maybe this beetle spin could weed out some of the smaller ones. Oh, damn it. Stupid drag wasn't set. There you go, you got a bite. There you go. That's a big gill. Big. Wow. Let's see that.
Dang it, I let him take it and he swallowed it.
That's a big gill, babe. Wow. That's a good start.
Yeah. He really swallowed it. I was like trying to give him time to take it since I kept missing him. Very nice.
That's good. Yeah, we won't be keeping any bluegills today. But it's fun to catch and release sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Just using a little 32nd ounce jig head with a piece of night crawler. Simple. Oh. Wonder if those are pike eating the... Oh, he's got one. Bass. Yep. Oh. There you go. Little guy, but hey, it's a fish, right? Not big enough to hold up for the camera though, hey? There you go. They're biting really light. There we go. Not a bad one. There we go. Well, not a bad start. Michelle caught a big one on her first cast. Really big bluegill. Oh. They're starting to pick up a little bit more now, the past 5 minutes. There we go. It's a good one. Not bad. That one's got a funky looking tail on it. Look at that. They're really hitting it light though. Sometimes a bobber just falls over on its side. Okay, got another one. 4 of them in a row. Why did we not bring bass gear? There you go. Lost them? Dink. Been using the same piece of worm this whole time. Where? Oh, you got a bite. Just don't feed them your worm. Keeping the bobber moving, I'm getting more bites than leaving it sit. Just really light twitches. They want that thing kind of getting their attention. There you go. Oh! Oh! Bullhead. Oh, bullshit. It is a big bullhead. Wow. A different species. Good job, babe. A birthday bullhead.
Right.
Don't want what happened that one year when I got that stinger through my finger. We are smashing the bluegills, and there's pike and bass getting caught around us. What do you got there? Little guy? Sure. Grow up. Wonder how many of the giant ones have been pit through already. Oh, you got him. Oh, he attached your bobber. Yeah, I think that was a bass. Topwater. Due to a lot of warnings about the chemicals and pollution in the water around these Madison lakes, I don't tend to keep anything out of this lake or any of the Madison chain. Feel free to look up the DNR reports and the studies done on the Madison chain, the water quality, the PFAs. It's not very good. A lot of forever chemicals, very poor water quality. But I love fishing out here because there are some monster fish in these lakes. And it's alright to catch and release panfish. You don't have to keep them all, but it's nice coming out, catching some fish, enjoying ourselves. It's been a really fun day. I'm just keeping that bobber lightly twitching, moving that bait around, trying to get them attracted to the worm. Kind of slowed down since a few pike got caught next to us by a couple guys, and there's been quite a few bass caught today too. I was gonna bring my bass gear, but I was limited on time. I thought, why not just go for panfish? What do you got? Oh, what is that? Such a drag. Or that's tightening it, but sure, that's a bluegill? It's only 4-pound line. Oh, did it break you off? The wind picked up and then the bite slowed down. Well, my wife just lost something pretty damn big on a night crawler. Busted her 4-pound line. It is disappointing not bringing my bass gear, and I'm seeing some kids smashing them on a wacky worm. There we go. What is this? Got something big. Oh, it's a bass. Speak to the devil. Oh, something else just came up. There we go.
Nice one.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Is my jig in its mouth?
No.
Darn it.
It's on that little piece of worm.
It's a nice one.
There, caught one. Didn't have to bring the bass gear along.
Right.
See if there's a crappie or something in here. It did feel like that wind shifted and they just shut down. Oh, what is this? Speak to the devil, Mr. Crappie. On that Kitech Easy Shiner, probably my favorite crappie bait now. When I was growing up, my favorite crappie bait was the 2-inch Mr. Twister, but now it's that little thing right there. Nothing major, but at least it answers my question if there's some crappies around. There we go. Ah, lost him. That was a while in between bites too. Started out good, it turned into a struggle bus. All right, everyone, the bite really slowed down once the wind shifted, the temperature started to drop. We got some rain rolling in, so we're gonna get out of here now. If you guys like this video, subscribe to my page, hit that like button to help the page out. Good luck fishing, stay safe this season, and take care.